Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV for the Blue Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprintcar Series V410 cubic inches in the motor, 900 plus odd horsepower in these machines. We stay here at Lanier National Speedway. This time the night is upon us. The night sky is out and the lights have been turned on here at Lanier as we are getting set for the final race of the 10th round of the series before we head into the penultimate week next week. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Thursday evening. Well, before we get into qualifying, for all the people out there, if you want to remove your cap, we are going to play the American National Anthem. Once again, a big thanks to Hazard Media for the updates on the ATVO side of things. A much appreciation towards him. So check out Hazard Media as well. Once again, we want to Ultimate Dirt TV. We want to thank a couple of our sponsors of our own. Colby's Eye Paints will be bringing you all the instant replays from here on out up until the end of next season. And we want to thank SETI Group Holdings as well for bringing you the starting grid and finishing results for the rest of the season and also next season as well. It's much appreciated to those two companies who have jumped on board here with Ultimate Dirt TV. In fact, there's one of the team cars out there you're watching on screen. That's the 97 of Matthew Henninger. And well, we've still got a couple of sponsorship opportunities here at Ultimate Dirt TV if you want to have your name on the broadcast and have your logo on all broadcasts that Ultimate Dirt TV are a part of. And I was chatting with a guy off before we went live, and well, pretty much every day Ultimate Dirt TV has something going on, whether it's on our page or another page. I dare say probably 75 to 80% of the broadcasts are done here on Ultimate Dirt TV, so plenty of opportunities to get your name, get your logo out there at the moment. Well, we officially have 24 cars who have laid down a practice time here as the checkered flag has been thrown here on the practice session. And now we get set for the qualifying here in just a moment's time. So we'll get into that screen. And we're going to have our first group of cars to come out onto the racetrack. So we had, I think, 19 in race number 1. Well, we've got 24 here in race number 2. And the first car onto the racetrack in car number 84, it's going to be Chris Brenner. Chris Brenner in car number 84. In car number 73, it's Alan Samel. In the 37, race number 1 winner of Zane Scott. In fact, just the 3 cars in this one. And here we go, first lap time for Chris Brenner, the first flying lap. Oh, it'll be quick time with a 12.337. Samel with a 12.672. Scott with a 12.603. And Brenner on the top of the racetrack as he looks to better the time. He does with a 12.326. Samoa with a no time on the second lap. And St. Scott, position 2 with a 12.409. So Chris Brenner at the moment sits in position number 1. And a couple of teammates now coming out onto the racetrack from Team SETI in the SETI Group Holdings. The 127, it's going to be Stephen Hill. Stephen Hill in the 127. His teammate rolling out onto the racetrack right now in car number 97. It's going to be Matthew Henninger. Matthew Henninger in car number 97. And he's picked up one feature win this year at the Knoxville Raceway for the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series. It's the 31 of Tyson Landis. First lap time for Stephen Hill in the 127. He goes quick time with a 12.262. A 12.262. Henninger with a 12.584. Landis with a 12.573. Henninger, can he improve on the second lap? He does improve with a 12.573, but Tyson Landis will also improve on time. However, no advancement in positions. A 12.442 for Tyson Landis sits in position number 4. So now we're going to see the 8.38 of Timothy Smith. Tim Smith about to roll out onto the racetrack in car number 57. It's going to be Luke Yanez. And in the 257 in the Lepresto Racing, it's going to be Anthony Lepresto. So excited for these guys in the next couple of months. They're going to ride in a midget. But here we go. Tim Smith gets the green flag on the first of his 2 laps in qualifying right now. So we're already starting to see a difference in the track and see how slick that really is. Tim Smith, third quick with a 12.373. Yanez with a 12.804. Lepresto with a 12.426. Smith, 12.299. Second quick. Lepresto doesn't improve, and Yanez, time-wise, improving to a 12.463. And Lepresto sits in position 5. Smith, second, and Yanez in 7th. But how about this? Stephen Hill on top of the speed charts at the moment with a 12.262. So out rolls the 93 of Chris Roberts. Chris Roberts in car number 93, rolling out behind him. And attack 3, 105 entry. It's going to be David Heilemann. And in car number 11, finished second in race number 1, Zach McLaughlin. Zach McLaughlin in car number 11, and Chris Roberts will be the first of these 3 drivers to lay down a qualifying time. As well, they're all on the top side of the racetrack. Roberts with a 12.665. Heilemann position number 4 with a 12.396. McLaughlin with a 12.532. Roberts 12.792. No second lap for Heilemann. And Zach McLaughlin jumps up a couple of spots. In fact, he would have had he had not had contact with the wall. So all 3 drivers having contact with the wall on their second lap. So a 12.532 for Zach McLaughlin is going to be the best he can conjure up here. As we're now going to have another group of cars to come out onto the racetrack. And these drivers had a tough time in race 1 adapting to the track conditions as it slickened off fairly quickly. And we'll see if it will slicken off fairly quickly again. So in the team SETI number 92, it's Mike Keegan. Mike Keegan in the 92. Green flag out in the 12 of Michael Sheridan. Also on the racetrack, and in car number 22, Jason Nygaard. Jason Nygaard in the 22. Mike Keegan, first lap time. Here we go. A 12.641. Sheridan with a 12.412. Jumps to position 6. Nygaard with a 12.502. Keegan with a 12.562. I believe it is a 561. Sheridan slower on lap 2. And Jason Nygaard, we'll see what lap he did. It was no time, so a 12.502. He sits position at number 10, so... in fact, there's now 25 cars here. So we are going to run a B main. So the 157... John Lopresto. John Lopresto in the 157 makes his way onto the racetrack and on the racetrack as well in car number 30, Stephen Calavoda. And in the Mobile 177, it's Aaron Schaefer. So we should have a B main here tonight. Our top 20 from qualifying will advance to the main event, and yes, we're going to have a 5-car B main, and John Lopresto not happy with his race car at the moment. Stephen Calavoda, his first lap is a 12.768. Schaefer with a 12.998. See if these drivers can improve here on lap number 2, and Calavoda will slightly improve on time with a 12.719. And a 10th quicker for Aaron Schaefer with a 12.843. But, well, John Lopresto, he may get one lap at the end. And, well, if he doesn't, well, he will be in tonight's B main. So out rolls the 14, Kyle Tesma. Kyle Tesma in the 14. A podium from race 1, finishing 3rd earlier on, in fact just about half an hour ago, is car number 21 of Tyler Henselman. And in the 911 machine, it's going to be Steve Castle. Steve Castle in the 911. So here we go. Green flag is out for these drivers. Tesma, I don't think we'll get a time on his opening lap as he had contact with the front stretch wall, so see if he can get a lap in. Henselman sits 17th quick with a 12.730. Tesma with a 13.577. Castle with a 12.799. Tesma with a 13.012. And Castle and Henselman slower on their second lap. So there we go. That's group of qualifying cars finished. So we've had 21 cars officially take a time. And we have our final 4 cars coming out onto the racetrack. So yes, we are going to have a B main here this evening. It'll be 8 laps of distance. There'll be no yellows. And we take the top 4 from the B main and put them onto the back of the 20 cars that have already locked themselves in to this one. The 67 of Mark Pinsky on the racetrack first. Behind him in the 134, it's going to be Scott Tyler. In the 06, it's going to be Kyle Scott. And Brandon Steele scheduled to be out there. He might get one lap at the end here. So this could be our second last group. See what happens here as Pinsky will lay down a lap time of a 12.663, locking himself into the main event this evening. Scott Tyler, no lap time. Kyle Scott with a 12.939. He sits 21st quick. He's going to have to improve on the time if he wants to make it into the main event. And he will improve on the time with a 12.670. Now that puts Steve Castle on the bubble. We can confirm Tyler Henselman in 19th will make it into the show as Brandon Steele. Not sure where Brandon Steele has gone, so anyhow, that he is qualifying done and dusted for the 10th round. The Blues Sphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series. Big thanks to everyone involved that has made that possible. And see the 93 on track. Just that's race control, just showing the drivers when they're allowed to get on the gas. So they've got a new restart rule in place. I've had it for, I think, about 3 or 4 weeks. They tested it for a couple of weeks and it proved to be successful. So as we now get set for the A main, I don't think we're going to have a B main. Not sure if Brandon Steele is in the server.
Time hit 12:40. I'll go ahead and advance the session. Brandon, feel free to tag it back to the field.
So this could be a 25 car field here. Cap is in the background just doing, well, you don't want to know. I don't want to know. So normally we would have played the American National Anthem, but since we played that at the start of the night, there's no need to play it again. And this checkered flag has was waved on qualifying sessions. We now get set for the main event here this evening. So we'll take a look at our SETI Group Holdings starting grid. Starting on the pole in the 127, it's Stephen Hill. To his outside, the 838, it's Timothy Smith.
Welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble.
Chris Brenner in car number 84 will start out of position number 3. Out of position number 4 will be the 105 of David Heilemann. Out of position 5, looking to go 2 for 2 for this evening here at Lanier. In car number 37, it's going to be Zane Scott. Out of position number 6, it's going to be the 12 of Michael Sheridan. He lines up alongside the 257. In fact, Sheridan will start out of 6th. Anthony LaPresta will start out of 7th to his outside with the 31 of Tyson Landis. At a position number 9 will be the 57, Luke Yanez. To his outside, the 67 in will be Mark Pinsky. At a position number 11, it's going to be the 22 of Jason Nygaard. Starting out of position number 12 in car number 11 will be Zach McLaughlin. At a position 13, the 92 of Mike Keegan lined up alongside teammate the 97 of Matthew Henninger. Chris Roberts out of position 15. Kyle Scott out of position 16. At a position 17 will be the 73 of Alan Samel. Stephen Calavoda out of position 18. 19 is going to be Tyler Henselman. 20 will be Steve Castle. 21st will be the 77 of Aaron Schaefer. Carl Tesma in 22nd. 23rd, Scott Tyler, John LaPresto, and Brandon Steele. Ladies and gentlemen, our 25 cars assembling here at the Lanier National Speedway. Round number 10 of this World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series. Presented by Blues Sphere Corporation and the Dirty Old Bastards. 35 on the board. Brandon Steele not going to be on the grid. As we get set to go green off of turn number 4. 35 laps on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, we are green. Brenner got a great start on the inside. Hill goes straight to the top of the racetrack. Smith and Brenner side by side into turns 3 and 4. Brenner now looking for the race lead. There it is. Chris Brenner will lead the opening lap from starting position number 3. And now he's going to go to the top of the racetrack. Smith in second. Hill falling back to third. Maybe falling back to fourth. Courtesy of the clutches of David Holloman. As Holloman looks to make the passes, we got a yellow out. And it's our feature race number 1 winner, Zane Scott in car number 37. Let's take a look at our Colby's High Paint instant replay. So you're watching the 37. Just had nowhere to go, and that is a hard flip there. One more time, we'll take a look. So you just see Sheridan in the green car just, well, he didn't know he was there. And he was coming up the racetrack in the 37. Well, let's take a look at our onboard shot here. So that was the initial contact between Sheridan and that. Yeah, the 37 of Scott. And, yeah, that's a bit of a rough and tumble, that one. Bit of a rough ride, but how about this? Chris Brenner to the front of the field. So, drivers are on 1 to green. In fact, they'll be going green this time by out of turn number 4. White flag, lap number 38.
Green flag, green flag.
So a bit of a slow staggered start here from your race leader, but Chris Brenner once more. He will lead down into turn number 1 and 2. And Presto and Hill almost came together off of turn number 2 as the yellow flag waves. We've got the 14 of Kyle Tesma. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay to see what happened here. Just trying to find out what happened here on our 4 wide. Oh, okay, there we go. Alan Samel getting it turned around. 21 of Hensman. Wow, he done well not to hit him there. And the 77 of Aaron Schaefer had nowhere to go. So caution lights us out. So going green off turn number 4 this time by. So it'll be white flag lap number 41. And Andrew, you care to explain who White Lightning might be? Let's take a look. We go back to green flag racing here at Lanier National Speedway. And there was some contact in the back of the pack, and we'll see if we can stay green for the time being. As now Tim Smith riding in second, Heileman in third. And you go back to the Presto Hill, Landis. Now here comes Pinton with a slider on Landis. And we got, I think, 4, maybe 5 pro drivers here so far in this one. LaPresto, Heileman, Smith, and Brenner. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And yellow is out, and we see the 93 there of Chris Roberts. So we'll take a look at Colby's Eye Paint instant replay to see what happened. You just see him get into the back. In fact, we'll take a look at that from the right front suspension. So this is on board with the 93 of Chris Roberts. So 3 quick early cautions here at Lanier for race number 2. 24 cars timed in. 24 cars started the main event. Lights are out on the pace track right now. So you come out of turn number 2. Brenner only got the lead on lap number 1. And at the moment he has not looked back. Tim Smith in second, teammate to Brenner. You go back to Heilemann, and teammate to Smith and Brenner is Lepresto. So 3 cars in the top 4 for the UW Motorsports. And you can even go back to 4 out of the top 8 drivers from UW Motorsports with Michael Sheridan. Now here comes Heilemann looking to spoil the party, but the yellow flag is out, and that is the 14 of Kyle Tesma, who's stuck in a precarious way. So we'll take a look at a Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay. So the 134 of Scott Tyler here. Just got into... Now, lag, why must you do this? You see it happen on the top left of your screen. There we go. Nice little way to end up. So Chris Roberts still out on the racetrack, so... Chris Brenner, still your race leader. Smith in second, who, well, was under fire from David Heilemann.
Lap 47.
White flag, lap number 47, so 27 remain here in the main event. Pace truck in.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
And the green flag is back out here. Uh-oh, Tim Smith, he got all kinds of out of shape. On that restart, he loses 1. Will he lose the 2nd? Yes, he does. He goes back to 4th as he tries to work the bottom of the racetrack. Well, he's making something work down there because he's holding off Anthony Lepresto. As that is the 30 of Stephen Calavoda. Take a look at a Colby's Eye Paint instant replay. Well, just got into the left rear of Kyle Scott and the 911 of Steve Castle coming through. And in fact, I believe it might have been the 11 slowing on the entry into turns 3 and 4 maybe. Yeah, maybe something had gone wrong on that race car. He just trying to get off the racetrack. Calavoda gets around him, so on board with Calavoda, you just see that there the right front met the left rear and was never a good sign. So white flag, what would we say, 47. So white flag, lap 50.
Easy and get some laps in.
Yes, boys, easy and get some laps in. Your boy Mike is in 10th spot. Mike Keegan in the 92. Sitting in position number 10. Brenner will lead Heilemann, Smith, Lepresto and Stephen Hill, your top 5. Here we go, back after it here at Lanier. Let's see if the drivers can settle down somewhat and get some green flag laps in. A very big slider there from Pinsky. He caught the wall in the back stretch. Nearly checked up the entire field behind him. Stephen Hill got off the gas. Now here comes Sheridan. Sheridan picks up 1, looking to pick up 2 spots in just under half a lap, and he almost does so right now. It's Pinsky. He's going to fall back a spot. There's your top 3 on screen. We'll go back to those guys in a minute, but right now there's a 4-car battle between Sheridan, Pinsky, Hill, and Tyson Landis. Yellow flag is out. As Alan Summel, maybe. Let's take a look at a Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay. There it is. The 73 just gets together with the 06 there, and the 06. And the 73 will go around. Calavoda trying to get underneath him, but Alan Summel in that 73 will find himself around, going upside down and back on all fours. So the lights are still on the pace truck. As we will go around one more time. Keegan now up to position at number 9. There's your boy right there in the 92. He's got his teammate, Matthew Henninger, behind him. He's got one of his other teammates, Stephen Hill, in front of him in the 127. Brenner to get us back underway. Smith back in second after getting back by David Heileman now. Lepresto looks to the inside. Look at this. Mate, that 3 of the 4 UW Motorsports drivers are running the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, that was close. This was close for the race lead. Oh no, the 127 of Stephen Hill. Upside down. We'll take a look at a Colby's Eye Paint instant replay here to see what happened to the 127. Rolling through the middle. And contact with Pinsky there out of turn 2. Just looked like right rear sort of just came off the cushion from Pinsky. And the tail end of the 67. And that turned the 127 around. And well, that's never fun. Well, we're going back to green flag racing. We're on board with Chris Brenner for the time being. We'll see what it's like to take a lap around Lanier National Speedway in a 410 wing sprint car to see how much he's off the gas. You just listen to that throttle control. Now look how slick this racetrack is. Right now, Smith trying to work to the inside and Heileman back on the outside. They go side by side through turns 3 and 4. Heileman's got the run on the top side, but Smith, well, he's not backing down on the low side right now. There's a little contact halfway down the straightaway. Heileman, he takes back second. And yellow flag is out. This is going to be a battle of who can survive the longest. The 57 of Luke Yanez on screen upside down. We'll take a look at a Colby's Eye Paint instant replay. Looks like it might have been with the 30 of Stephen Calavota there. One more time, we'll take a look at the Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay. So the 57 rolls through the middle, Calavota on the outside. And just ran out of a bit of racing room, so not to be for the 57 of Luke Yanez. He ends up upside down. The 67 of Mark Pinsky also going back to the pits for what happened to him. We'll have a look. Looks like he might have just climbed the wall. Yeah, he did. Just all by himself. Man, Mike Keegan was lucky to get out of that one. Here we go, back to green flag racing. So Keegan for Derek in the chat. He's up to position at number 8.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is back out here at Lanier. Heileman in second, runs the top. So your top 5 consists of 4 UW Motorsports drivers. And Heileman with a slider on Brenner. Now here comes Smith. Brenner with a slider of his own, back on David Heileman, nearly. Oh my goodness, and there it is, 3 wide just after the yellow comes out. As we got the 06 of Kyle Scott slowing. As we have a look at a Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay here. Just caught the opening. There's Schaefer coming through. I'm not sure if he had contact there with the 92 of Keegan. Yeah, a little contact there, and that just... Well, he done well to save it, but he was already turning into that corner. And the 06 of Kyle Scott finds himself back in pit road at the moment, as a lot of these other drivers have. So it's certainly going to be a battle of attrition here for the rest of the drivers at the moment.
One the green guys, tighten up, single file, white flag, lap 62.
So we should have 16 remain at white flag lap number 62. So we'll try and keep an eye on that one. So at the moment, Brenner, well, he's had a couple of sliders from David Heilemann. As we go back to green flag racing, Brenner diamonds it from the cushion straight down the bottom of the racetrack. And now straight back to the top in turns 1 and 2. And now here comes Tim Smith. Going to fight back on the inside through turns 3 and 4. But Heilemann, he's got the run. Top 3, all one at the top. Make that top 4. And they are going to start to gap the rest of this field as Heilemann went to the low side in turns 3 and 4. I'm not sure on that one. So unfortunately we're not going to be able to bring you the Colby's Eye Paints instant replay here. In fact, yeah, there we go. There's our culprit. The 22 of Jason Nygaard. Through turns 1 and 2. Just the left front. Caught the inside wall. And I believe that was Roberts. Had nowhere to go. So, unfortunately for Jason Nygaard, he's not had a run of recent results over the past couple of weeks.
And run it out.
65. Race control telling him to try and run this out. Brenner one more time will lead us back to the green flag in turns number 1 and 2. In fact, he rolls the bottom and giving David Heilemann a chance to literally just drive around him, and he does so in turns 3 and 4. And Brenner, that might prove to be a costly mistake as he runs the low side through turns 1 and 2. Heilemann's got that thing pinned to the cushion all the way around the racetrack, and that could be a move that cost Brenner the race win. Presto has fallen off back to 5th there as he's now trying to get back around the outside. He gets around the outside of Keegan, now looking to get around the outside of Henning as they go 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Oh, that was close. There is some contact. And look at Tyson Landis making his way into the mix, looking for a top 5 himself. Oh, there's a battle going on for 4th, 5th, 6th, and all the way up through to probably 7th and even 8th. Look, and now you can even throw in 9th, 10th, and 11th. You might as well throw in 4th on back. This is getting dicey right now. Heilemann, a 2.983 second lead. He has gotten 3 seconds over Chris Brenner and Tim Smith. He is just absolutely walking away with this one. A 12.428 was the fastest lap of the race, and he's just done it on the previous lap. Smith and Brenner will then give an indication. These guys are running 13 zeros and 13 ones, so he's now in a couple of laps. He's put an extra second between him. Now Brenner, he's going to go back to the top side. What can he do on this lap to see if he can bring it back in? He's still lost a quarter of a second. Man, oh, look at this Heilemann. He's now in lap traffic. He is literally smoking this field right now. Lap traffic gonna be a factor, but not for David Heilemann in the 105 and the TAC 3 TeamVLR.com entry through turns 1 and 2. It is a walk in the park for David Harleman, a 4.6 second lead. It almost like all the rest of the drivers are running a 360, and Harleman's got the 410, and he's that much faster than him. Anthony Lopresto back in fourth. Fifth is going to be Matthew Henninger in the 97. Contact between Landis and that. Well, David Harleman, he's right on the back right now of race control, and they have got 1 lap to go.
White flag.
The white flag is out for the 31. A 6.1 second lead. You'd think he would slow up, but he wants to get it in the books. Ladies and gentlemen, the checkered flag is out.
Oh, that was checkered.
David Harleman. Wow. Excuse me, but Harleman, he has just put on an absolute clinic right now.
I was waiting to say checkered till I got out.
Oh, man. That was dominating. Brenner comes home in second, Smith third. Let's take a look at our SETI Group Holdings finishing results. Coming home with the win, David Harleman. Second, Chris Brenner. Third went to Tim Smith, Anthony Lopresto, Matthew Henninger from 14th up to 5th. So a great drive by Henninger, Landis, Keegan, Sheridan, Calavoda, Henselman with a top 10. We go over to Schaefer, Samel, Roberts, Nygaard, Scott, Pinsky, Ganes, Tyler Hill, Castle, McLaughlin, Tesma, Scott, and Brandon Steele, and John Lopresto DNFs in that one. Wow, that was just an epic race, and David Harleman literally spanking the field. We'll have a chat to our second place finisher, Chris Brenner. Chris, congratulations on a second. One mistake going to the bottom on a restart, and it pretty much cost you the race.
Well, I don't know about that one. As you saw, David just absolutely checked out on us. So I think it was only a matter of time before he got by me and did it no matter what I did. I kind of saw that going on behind me, and I was, hoping that the bottom maybe was the way to go, and that slowed me up. He got by, and that's all she wrote. He was gone.
Talk about the track out there. Obviously, that cushion was just certainly way too fast in the end there, but I mean that racetrack looked fairly slick from top to bottom.
Yeah, it was pretty slick on the bottom and real slick up top, and all that was left is a thin cushion there. David had a really good setup, and not to take anything away from his driving abilities, he's a hell of a top-notch driver, but my setup did not work very well in the end on the cushion there. I kept getting tight, and I kept putting a wheel over the cushion. I don't know what else I could have done there. Hats off to David for a beating. That one hurt.
Yeah, by about nearly 7 seconds, so just over 7.1 seconds. But hey, we won't talk about that anymore. But look, well done on the second, and no doubt, I'm sure you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, Brett up in the booth, Ultimate Dirt TV, one of our sponsors. Thanks again for an awesome show. Dirty Old Bastards, Chris, Tyler, Alan. Thanks for hosting us. It's always fun. Teammates UW Motorsports, thanks to those guys for getting us to where we are now. New sponsor just signed on with us, Wicked Cushion, race apparel company. It's a startup. We're very excited to work with that company and everything going on behind the scenes. We have some more exciting news coming shortly. We'll have to revisit that. But thanks for seeing the talent in our team and signing on with us. Next Gen Fabrication, and always Colby's Eye Paints for making us look good out there. Thanks a lot, guys.
There we have it. Chris Brenner talking about one of the new sponsors there, Wicked Cushion, and it was certainly a wicked cushion here this evening. We'll have a chat to our third place finisher in the 838, Tim Smith. Tim, congratulations on a third. You had a good battle with Harleman at the start, a good battle with Brenner towards the end, but look, third place, still a good result for you and the team.
Yeah, not bad. Was really hoping I was going to be able to win that one. I really thought the bottom was going to come in. So when I went down there, and I got next to Brenner once, and the caution came out. I thought I was sitting in a nice spot to run the bottom, but just didn't work out for me, I suppose.
It looked like the bottom almost went away a lot quicker than it normally would have around here at Lanier. Was that how you're seeing it play out?
Yeah, I don't know if it was the bottom went away. My car seemed to get really tight the longer I ran it. I think the more fuel burned off, the tighter it got. Every time I get back on the gas, the front end would jump out to the right on me. I know I almost killed David once doing that. So just the way it goes. Third place, can't really complain. Some fast guys here tonight, so we'll take it.
Oh, no doubt. I'm sure there's some people you want to thank.
Yeah, all my teammates at UW Motorsports, they're all awesome. They give me a lot of support. Cameron Colby at Colby's Eye Paints for doing all of our paint jobs. Mark Pinsky at Next Gen Fab. You at Ultimate Dirt TV for putting on these sweet broadcasts for us, and appreciate it. Thanks.
And one more that you forget, but Wicked Cushion as well.
Yeah.
You know what?
Wicked Cushion, wickedcushion.com. That's not on the car yet. It's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like
Also
it's on its way, but yeah. Look, I'll pick up the slack for you, Tim. Well done on the third place here this evening.
Thank you, sir.
Tim Smith in second place, and well, in first place by literally almost half a track, in fact over half a track, David Harleman. Man, you had that thing railing on the top, and you weren't slowing down. In those last 10 laps, you were literally 0.5, 0.6 seconds quicker than the guys like Brenner and Smith who were, trying to run that top, but they just had nothing on you. That car was hooked.
Yeah, I don't know either. In the early stages of the race, I was taking it really easy because I just threw this setup in, never tried it with 30 gallons just before practice, and so I was just taking it easy. And then there was that one restart where I was second behind Chris, and I was like, all right, this time I'm gonna really try to drive it, and I got a really good run off the corner on him, and I think that was the one where I tried to slide job him the next quarter. And then Tim came up on the inside too, and I kept waiting. I thought we were all going to have a really good race, so was the only reason I wasn't leaving. And because I thought I was going to run a good race with Chris and Tim, and then Chris just got off the Cushing, and I just kept hammering that thing, and it was like I'd try as hard as I could to hit the wall, and it wouldn't let me. So
you're saying that if you try and hit the wall, you won't hit it. If you don't try and hit it, you will hit it. So a bit of reverse psychology, huh?
Yeah, that's basically how I got Cushion built up there.
What went through your mind on one of those restarts? It might have, in fact, even been the last one where Brenner went to the bottom and pretty much left the highline open for you. I mean, that was almost handing you a win on a silver platter, but you still had to drive that Cushion for about 15 or 16 laps.
Yeah, I thought because Tim was running the very bottom, and I think Chris went to the middle or something. I was just like, okay, well, I'll take that, and I was watching for a slide job to come back at me or nothing, but then all of a sudden I had a straightaway lead, and I was like, oh.
Well done on the win, man, and congratulations, and I'm sure you got some people you want to thank.
Thanks for Chris Roberts putting it on. I hope the first race went a little better. I didn't get to run that one, so. But thanks, guys, at Team VLR, Ultimate Dirt TV for putting it on, and Attack 3 Defense for being on the car.
All right, there we have it. David Holman comes home with the win in race number 2 in absolute dominating fashion by literally 7. I think it was the official result was 7 seconds. We can't check that now anyway, so once again a big thanks to SETI Group Holdings for the starting grid and finishing results title sponsors. We want to thank Colby's Eye Paints for being on board with the instant replays. We want to thank Bluesphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards for allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to cover the action week in and week out. It's certainly been a pleasure over the past 10 weeks, but next week is the penultimate week, round number 11 of both the 360 and 410 series on Tuesday and Thursday night. First race, server launches at 9 Eastern. We're live about 9:15 Eastern, then server 2 launches about 10:15, so we're live at about 10:25 Eastern as well. If you want to check out the Bluesphere Corporation and Dirty Old Bastards on Facebook, you can click on the links in the title description. Just click on the name, the blue. It'll take you directly to their page. Make sure you check out Ultimate Dirt TV on YouTube as well. Hit that subscribe button. All of our content gets uploaded to YouTube. So we have probably about 6 to 7 broadcasts going up each and every week. And Ultimate Dirt TV, we've still got some sponsorship opportunities if you message the page. And we can get you sorted out. On behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, my name is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying we'll see you next Tuesday night for the 360 Wing Sprint Car Series for the penultimate round, round number 11. Just 4 races left in the season. Who will be crowned champion? We'll find out in 2 short weeks' time. Good night, everybody.